Okay. And I will do the same. What does a bad girl era look like? And I'll tell you what a bad guy era looks like.
I'll spill
all the secrets in the tea. But ladies first. No judgment.
Bad girl, yeah.
No judgment.
I don't want to expose myself too much.
It doesn't. Okay, we can say it doesn't have to be what you did, but like if a girl's like, I'm in my bad girl era, you're like, okay, I know she's doing this.
I think just kind of doing things without thinking about the consequences.
Like,
whether it's like leading a guy on, or
we want details, Amelia. Explain each thing, because I'm gonna do the same for you, right? I'm gonna give you the tea.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say in that era, I was probably leading people on. I was thinking quite selfishly, like, oh, I don't care really.
Okay, how many guys would a girl be leading on, and what are you leading them on for?
Leading them on for, I think, yeah, it was just the attention. I think you just enjoyed getting the attention. Like, yeah, I think at a peak,
yeah,
at one point, I don't even know how I kept up with this. I think I was chatting to like 4 people on different apps, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't even know how I kept up with the admin, like sort of thing of doing that.
But just talking to people on apps, that's not.
But
that's
it's like it's a lot of admin though. If you're going to do that, it's remembering who do I tell my about, who do I speak about my dogs about, or like what I did last week, sort of thing. It's like trying to remember each story for each one. I'm like, no,
okay,
I definitely can do that now.
Okay, that's not a bad girl era. Most people just do that anyway.
Do you think?
Yeah, people talk to multiple people on that apps all the time.
I think, but to what extent? There's like saying hi.
But
how are
were they
you?
like,
or like
sending you gifts? Were they taking you out? And was that?
I think the intention was for them to take me out. Yeah,
but you didn't follow through with that.
I probably did in some aspect. And
okay,
with some of them,
that's leading someone on.
Yeah,
we want the tea, Amelia. We want it because when I tell you how guys operate in that bad guy era, you're gonna be like, okay, shit.
Right, give me an example. Maybe I'll lead off that then.
Okay, fine. Okay, so one. If a guy's in his bad guy era, right, and if he's attractive, successful, desirable, whatever, he'll definitely have a rotation of girls.
Yeah.
Right? Anywhere between 3 to 5.
3 to 5?
Yeah.
Again, the admin. How?
But it's not that much admin, because his communication will be very low level with most of them.
Right.
Right? Now, and I've actually exposed this on a different someone else's channel, but I'm going to put it like this. Imagine you've got girl 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Okay? Girl 1 is his favorite. He's kind of dating her. Maybe it goes somewhere serious, maybe it won't. Right? Girl 2 is like, okay, that's who he calls when girl 1 isn't free. Right? Girl 3 is like a sexual option that he doesn't want to lose, but he's not prioritizing her. Right? So he will touch base and reconnect physically with her to keep her around.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also with that girl, he kind of knows, I'm just telling this bad guy era, he knows that out of all the guys she'd ever be talking to, he's top dog.
Right.
Which is why she sticks around with such little investment. Girl 4 is who he's talking to, but she's in reserve. So this is girl 4 is like, she's on the bench. She's on the bench, right? And this is a girl where it seems like they'll just be pen pals. She's like, why is he not meeting up with me? Well, because he's already got a rotation of other girls. And it's like, if one of his favorites drops off, or because, she starts to get feelings, she wants commitment, he's like, okay, I have to call it quits. Then he'll start he'll put you in the game.
Because I was literally about to say, why do men love a pen pal? Why do men love a pen pal?
Now you know.
Now I know.
It's not that guys just love talking. It's just because if he has a rotation of women, the girl who's the pen pal, she's in reserve. And he's like, okay, maybe she's really attractive, but maybe he just doesn't have the time to slot her in right now.
Not making the first team.
Do you know what I mean? Well, it's not even that. Wow, guys, I'm really spilling the tea, but this is why we're here, right? If she is like really, really attractive, he might start prioritizing her, and then girl 1 or 2 will start to feel his investment in them go down.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
This is if he's not looking for anything serious. The other thing I would say is guys know there's a time span.
Sure.
So he knows that, like, if you're seeing each other, Wow, I'm really giving the game away. Is what it is.
Spill
Ladies,
it.
look, this is why I'm here. I'm here to
Spill
tell you
it.
how guys do it. Okay, if there's a girl that he's been seeing on average once a week and he doesn't want a commitment, he will start to ice it once he starts to feel that she's getting a bit too close.
Yeah.
Because he's like, he doesn't want her, because he knows there's going to be a point where she's going to want something more.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want that, right?
Yeah.
So there'll be a point where he'll start to slowly just pull back a little bit so she doesn't get too close to ask for commitment, because he knows the moment she starts demanding for that, it has to end.
Yeah.
And that's the whole, I'm just not looking for anything serious. Right?
Yeah.
She's like, what the fuck? We've been sleeping with each other for like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I know exactly what you mean.
And then this is how, but you know how I said girl 3?
Yeah.
Who he'll see maybe once every couple of months? This is how girls are in situationships for like 1, 2, 3, 4 years. Because she really wants him, and she's like, okay, cool, I'm done with him.
Yeah.
And then he texts her being like, hey, what are you up to tomorrow night?
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, let me go. Right? Now, because ultimately she's invested and her energy's there, that makes it really difficult for her to be open to connection with a guy who will actually give her what she wants.
Yeah.
So she's in a situation where she's not open to connecting with another guy. And it's not just about connecting, but she won't see any other guy as, she'll find excuses and reasons why to not date other guys. As in, she may go on dates with 2 or 3 other guys, but she'll find something wrong with him.
Yeah.
Because ultimately the guy that she wants is over here.
Mind, yeah.
Right? And because they still keep on reconnecting intermittently, that's enough to give her hope that maybe something will happen. And that's how they stay in a situationship, or she stays in a situationship with him for eons.
Yeah.
Because sometimes like women who I coach, they're like, yeah, I've been in this situationship for like 3 years. 3 years?
That's outrageous.
People have gotten married in that time. you haven't even got a commitment yet.
Yeah. That's outrageous. 3 years.
Okay, so that's some hard tea. So give me some hard tea for the gents who are watching. Then wrap up.
Oh my God.
And this isn't saying that by the way, this isn't saying what I've done, by the way. I'm saying I just know guys. I know guys.
Not me personally, but
not me personally, but I'm just saying. No, I'm always very transparent.
The tea.
What's the worst things that like a girl will do with like guys?
The worst thing?
Yeah. Because I think what I just said, I think that's pretty bad what guys do.
I think women could do the same.
But do they do it with sex though? Because for guys, it's about sex.
Some people do, yeah. Oh yeah, I've got a single friend that does that.
As in, will girls be sleeping with like multiple guys?
Yeah.
Really? 3, 4 different guys on rotation?
Yeah, my best friend, the one she lives in Sydney. She's been sleeping. She's got a rotation.
That should be sleeping with these guys.
Yeah, like she's got guy number 1, guy number 2, guy number 3. Yeah, maybe even 4. Or like for instance, like guy number 1 is consistent. Guy number 2 is just drunk every other few months. Guy number 3, maybe a new guy that she met last week on a night out sort of thing.
Wow. I didn't know women were moving like men out here, you know.
Some people are crazy. I'm not.
I think that's an L for her, you know.
An L?
Yeah, I think that's an L.
I've been trying to tell her.
because like that means the guys are just getting sex and she's not really...
I know. And
I mean, if that's what she wants, then fine.
No, I know. There's been tears along the way. So I have given her the warnings, but...
have you ever... I have to ask this question. Has there ever been that one guy where the sex was just so good that you've just never forgotten about him? Yes.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
That's it. There's no follow-up. There's no follow-up question to that.
No. Yep. I mean, I think, yeah. I think not necessarily the actual physical act of it, but it's maybe the emotional connection that you have during it. It's
the
like,
intensity.
Yeah, like the bed cam that you have. It's like, well, you remember the intensity. Like that's what I think can stick with me.
Yeah.
Rather than like him switching positions sort of thing.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. When you kind of like almost mold into one another and it's like, whoa, that was good.
Yeah.
That's what sticks with me probably.
Do you feel like you compare guys to that? When you're physically intimate with them, being like, how close was it to? Can I accept this?
Yeah. I think, going forward, I think Well, I think if it comes to it being a relationship, that will come, that kind of intense bedcam sort of thing.
I don't think you should bank on that.
Really?
Yeah. And the reason I say that is because, one, everyone's different.
True.
But if you're getting into the relationship where you're like, okay, physically it's going to get to that point and it doesn't, 9 times out of 10 it won't, because people are different. Do you know what I mean? It can be as good for different reasons though.
Yeah.
But it may not be the same ecstasy.
That's made me sad.
The thing is, you get
sex and relationships.
Well, you can have great sex for sure. Still, you'll have great sex, but it may not be. And the reason I ask that is because there's a term that guys will use with women where they're, oh, she's been quote unquote alpha widowed. Do you know what that is?
No, it sounds scary.
Yeah, it's basically when she's been with a quote unquote alpha, right? In terms of his physical sexual prowess, in terms of how he made her feel, the intensity. And because no guy ever matches up to that in terms of the physical ecstasy, she always feels like she's settling.
Whoa.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Is that true?
I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't know.
Because I was thinking before, years ago, I was like, I understand the concept of that, but you get into a relationship for other reasons.
Yeah.
Right? Not because the physical ecstasy side was insane, but because they're a good person and they're intentional and they make you feel safe, valued and stuff. And I do believe that. But I'm going to out myself here. I've had one girl who I had fun with. And we had really great fun. Weren't looking for the same things. She's got into a relationship, really nice, like just your real nice guy.
Yeah.
Right? Very nice, very reliable, very consistent. And it was like 2 years in and she messaged me being like, oh, I was remembering about that one time whatever. And I'm like, wow. Wow. I'm like, wow. And that's when I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That was the first time I was like.
To be fair, actually, yeah, I remember I had really good, like, bedcam, I keep calling it, with one guy from years ago. And then he was the first guy I hit up after a relationship. But it was a really random one.
Do you know what's really
It's
funny?
not that he was like the guy that my ex-boyfriend was worried about. He was like from years before.
Should have been. No, should have been. Do you know what's really funny? Okay. Wow, I'm giving all the tea away.
Yeah, as we should.
So, guys know that. As in, the guy who rocked your world, he knows.
He knows.
And what I mean is this. Guys know, if I rock your world so good, it will almost never be off the table.
Yeah.
They know. So that's why, like, when a guy comes in...
But does it not go the other way? Will a guy not have that for a female? Like...
Not as much, because it is way easier to sexually satisfy men. A lot of women will be sleeping with guys and they're not satisfied.
Yeah.
So if you find a guy who really satisfies you, you're like, whoa, okay. I have to hold on to him to some capacity.
Yeah.
Like, I'm never losing his number.
Yeah, that's so true.
Right? But for guys, it's like, there are girls who are like, wow, she was amazing. And it can happen, but it's just less so, because 9 times out of 10, guys are satisfied from sex.
Yeah.
It happens less where guys are having sex and they're not satisfied to some degree.
Yeah.
But that happens a lot for women.
Yeah.
So I hear.
So yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Hope you really enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full episode where that clip is from, then I want you to click right here where you can watch the full episode. And if you're ready to claim your man today, enroll in my program below, and I'll see you there. Wishing you an amazing day.